Hello there. I first want to show you my shirt. This, I haven't even worn it anywhere. You know how chicken I am, and I don't wear things out. But I think about it. I buy the shirts. This is my, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see, does it say like friendly neighborhood atheist? And it's just cute. I mean, I really go for the tough type shirts, you know. Friendly neighborhood atheist with flowers and birds. But, yeah, and I haven't worn it. I will. I'll find a place. But I got to be careful that somebody doesn't shoot me or something. I don't know. But I was talking online to this really nice, intelligent woman, and you know how it's funny how people are intelligent about everything except religion or anything that really personally affects their lifestyle. Then they get all defensive and weird. And apparently she had asked someone who just brushed her off, and she was really offended. She said something like, if humans can talk and animals can't, and some birds can sing and some birds can't, and there's all these insects and there's all these animals, and so, in other words, there's all this variation in each group, kind probably, and she's like, well then how could it come from evolution? And I think she thought it was a really clever question, because I felt like just saying, well, that is evolution. But I realized that she really doesn't know what evolution is, and she's being defensive because she is a religious person and sees that as the opposite. I don't understand really, but, well, I do. But, I thought, well, I'll try to explain evolution to her, and of course you're writing it on Facebook and trying to explain in as few words as possible, and after a while you look like a tool when you keep explaining and your paragraphs are longer than everybody else's. But everybody else was jumping in, of course, defending God and defending the church by insulting me. And, because that's what they do. The Christian way. So what was really interesting was the comments really were those unbelievable comments. I just could not believe. I was hearing things or reading things like, Barb, if humans came from monkeys, then why are there still monkeys? Somebody actually wrote that and thought it was a clever question, like, oh, I'm going to do something nobody's ever heard of before. And then, let's see, there was, evolution is only a theory. Like, how do you explain that? It's only a theory. So I had a lot of things that I had to talk about, and of course it probably fell on deaf ears. But after a while they switched to the subject of vaccinations, and of course they were against vaccinations because they thought that everything should be natural. And they said, well, if people just ate healthy, they would just never get sick whatsoever, no matter how many diseases came their way, how many airborne diseases went into their bodies, they'd be naturally immune just because they're healthy. And let's see, what else did they say? There was something else. They said, well, people who got diseases, if we just quarantined them, if we had just quarantined them maybe a little earlier in time, back when they didn't even know anything about science and they thought people were possessed if they got a disease. But yeah, if we just quarantined them, then we wouldn't have any diseases. And they were all for quarantining people now, and just no inoculations. No. It doesn't matter that we wiped out smallpox with inoculations. They don't know that. They were just like, yeah, we should just quarantine them. So I had to tell them, of course, that there is no link whatsoever between autism and vaccinations, that the guy who did the study falsified the results, and there has never been any correlation. And I had to explain the whole vaccination thing and why it's important. And if you go to another country that has multiple diseases, like some of the countries, are you really going to take a baby that hasn't had any vaccinations, and you're going to try to sneak over there and without vaccinations, and you're just count on that immune system? I mean, I made the example really, really strong when I wrote it, but it's just amazing. It's just, we have so far to go to educate people in science, and I don't know. We need R&R videos in every single school in the country. That's all there is to it. Good night.